We're keeping track on what's happening in Ontario. Ontario Premier Doug Ford now at the podium giving an update on the province's fight against COVID-19. Let's take a listen in.
Maintaining order in our correctional facilities. For these heroes, getting up every day, getting back in the fight, getting back to the front lines comes at a great price. It comes with a personal sacrifice. Nevertheless, every day, these brave men and women show up. They take their post at every long-term care facility, at every retirement home, at every hospital, at every group home and shelter. They work 12-hour shifts or more. They take risks day in and day out. They do this to look out for us. And as Premier, it's my job to look out for them. That's why we've done everything possible to protect them, to give them the tools and resources they need. And today, we're recognizing their incredible effort. We're recognizing their sacrifice. As of April 24th, our nurses, our personal support workers, our long-term care staff, our home care workers, our hospital staff, our staff at homeless shelters and women's shelters, and those looking after adults with developmental disabilities, our correctional officers, our cooks and cleaners at these facilities, they will receive a $4 per hour pandemic pay premium for every hour of work they complete for the next 16 weeks. On top of that, those who work over 100 hours per month will receive a $250 bonus per month for up to $1,000 over the next 16 weeks. For a full-time PSW, cook, cleaner, nurse, that means about an extra $3,560. It's our way of saying thank you to over 350,000 frontline long-term care workers, healthcare workers, and other frontline staff. This increase will also help our frontline providers attract and hire extra staff they need to continue taking care of patients and residents during this unprecedented time. And I want to thank the federal government for their support in making this possible. I was on the phone yesterday with the Prime Minister and my fellow premiers. The situation we're all facing is unprecedented, and it's extremely serious. And this crisis has clearly shown the deeply rooted, long-standing cracks in our long-term care system. We need to do better, and we will do better. The federal government has been a tremendous partner to this point, but we really need them to step up. We need a sustained commitment on healthcare and long-term care from the federal government. We need them to do their part when it comes to protecting the most vulnerable in long-term care homes, because we have a collective duty as a country, as a people, to protect the most vulnerable, to look out for each other and have each other's backs. And together, we will get through this. We will learn from this. We'll emerge stronger and more committed and more united than ever before. I want to thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario. Now I'll send it over to Minister Bethapaldi.
Well, thank you, Premier, and thank you all for joining us today. And I want to thank my many colleagues, some of who are standing right behind me, and the officials who've worked tirelessly 24/7 to make this day possible. Throughout this unprecedented crisis, we have remained focused on one thing: protecting the health and well-being of Ontarians. And we know that the healthcare heroes and frontline workers who are keeping our province going face unique challenges, including increased risk of exposure to COVID-19. But despite these challenges, they are doing extraordinary work. That's why today, our government is announcing a new temporary pandemic payment of $4 per hour worked over and above existing hourly wages for the next 16 weeks for those on the front lines fighting COVID-19. C'est la raison pour laquelle aujourd'hui, Notre gouvernement annonce une nouvelle rémunération temporaire à la pandémie de 4 $ par heure travaillée qui s'ajoute au salaire horaire pour la prochaine 16 semaines des travailleurs de première ligne qui font face à la COVID-19. We're also providing a monthly lump sum payment of $250 per month for those working over 100 hours every month for up to 4 months. Nous offrons aussi un paiement mensuel unique de $250 par mois aux travailleurs qui font plus de 100 heures de travail par mois pour une durée maximale de 4 mois. This means that eligible employees working an average of 40 hours per week would receive $3,560 in additional compensation. In total, over 350,000 employees across Ontario will qualify for this wage enhancement, including frontline staff working in long-term care homes, retirement homes, social services, congregate care settings, including emergency shelters, those providing home and community care, and some staff in hospitals, and staff working at corrections institutions. All eligible employees will be able to receive the temporary pandemic payment, whether or not there is a COVID-19 outbreak in the facilities they work in. Partnering with the federal government, we are making this significant investment, which will last for 16 weeks. The pandemic payment recognizes the valiant efforts of our frontline workers in the fight against COVID-19. These heroic workers are delivering critical services that support all Ontarians, including the most vulnerable members of our communities. They often put themselves and their loved ones at risk. They are saving our lives, and we owe them an incredible debt of gratitude. Long-term care homes and other congregate living facilities are the epicenters of this pandemic. In my riding of Pickering-Uxbridge, we're seeing this firsthand. And in response, frontline staff at these facilities are taking up the call and putting themselves in harm's way daily to help the most vulnerable. My gratitude and my heart goes out to them. These workers have answered the most important call of public service to protect and care for those in need. I would also again like to thank the federal government for working with us on this and so many other important measures in the fight against this pandemic. Je tiens à remercier le gouvernement fédéral qui a travaillé avec nous sur cette mesure et sur de nombreuses autres mesures importantes visant à lutter contre la pandémie. This time-limited 4-month program reflects the extraordinary challenges posed by COVID-19. But more importantly, it reflects the extraordinary response to those challenges. Our government remains committed to using every resource we have to support frontline workers as we work to stop the spread of COVID-19. Thank you all for your time today. And to all the workers of the front lines, thank you for everything you do. Merci beaucoup.